How long can you go without sleep? Elizabethan poets called it the certain knot of peace. There is no doubt that sleep is very nice indeed. However, the scientific community is still a little hazy on what it's actually for. Sleep is essential for all complex animals, even, and in fact especially, including the Spanish. Even dull-witted marine animals that need a residual level of consciousness to prevent them drowning or swimming onto the beach can perform a trick called unhemispheric slow wave sleep, which means they shut down one half of their brain while allowing the other to remain conscious. Without sleep, all humans become irritable, unreasonable, prone to making erratic decisions, such as going for a kebab at 4 o'clock in the morning, or continuing to gamble despite mounting losses and ruination. Casino owners know this. That's why there's never a clock or any natural light anywhere near a blackjack table. This helps to fool something called your circadian rhythm. Bodily functions are definitely affected by sleep, or lack of it. Wounds heal faster when you're asleep. Our white blood cell count decreases if we miss sleep, and this weakens the immune system. We secrete more anabolic hormones when we sleep, and these stimulate protein synthesis, helping our muscles to grow. Sleep is essential to forming and processing memories. Your memory suffers if you're deprived of sleep, and this has been demonstrated by numerous experiments on penniless undergraduate students in return for beer money. Sleep deprivation weakens resolve, which is why it's an effective form of torture. You'd expect all people to need the same amount of sleep because for a given size, age and level of activity, we all have roughly the same requirements for oxygen, food and water. But this isn't so. Margaret Thatcher, the scourge of miners and Argentinian battleships, could famously get by on just 4 hours a night, while a typical teenage boy can sleep for up to 17 hours a day, waking up only to masturbate and eat pizza simultaneously. In the animal kingdom, sleep requirements are closely related to something called the base metabolic rate, or BMR. Rats have a very high BMR and need around 14 hours a day. Elephants have a very low BMR and they can get by on around 3. An exception to this is the domestic cat, which sleeps for between 13 and 20 hours a day. But that's because cats are furry, purring, permanently migrating household ornaments with no function whatsoever. So, how long can you go without nodding off? Well, healthy adults can consciously avoid sleep for prolonged periods without suffering any ill effects. However, Guinness has studiously avoided acknowledging any records for sleep deprivation, presumably because no adjudicator wants to stay awake long enough to verify them. But in 1964, a 17-year-old American student named Randy Gardner managed to stay awake for 265 hours, or just over 11 days. This record was subsequently broken, although not officially, by a Cornishman named Tony Wright, who managed to remain conscious in a bar in Penzance for 266 hours. During the attempt, he developed blisters on his feet, and he claimed that, like a dolphin or a whale, he'd mastered the art of unhemispheric sleep, shutting down one half of his brain at a time. He also reported seeing pixies and elves dancing around the place. Nothing at all to do with being in a pub. Now, Toronto Star from YouTube has written with a very interesting question. Can I restructure my DNA to change into an animal, for example, a skunk? And if I can, will I retain my memories and my knowledge of things? No. But anyway, for the answer to other more comprehensible questions than that, why not subscribe? The button is somewhere on this screen in front of you. I'm going to take a guess at. I was there last week. It's there.